One step forward, two steps back. Story of Manchester United for how long now? Had the opportunity to potentially be in Champions League places and could not do it against a 10-man Everton side. Good evening and welcome to the United Hour. I am your host, Devin, and with me I have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Robert.
All right,
Robert,
all right.
I would ask how you're doing, but I can only imagine right now.
Um, yes, it's hard. It is a hard loss to take. But what can we do? What can we do? What can we
Yeah,
do?
I would have to say that I totally agree with that. Went
Mhm.
into this game full of hope. We're thinking, all right, it's um it's the first match back after a five-match unbeaten run. So that's another thing. Manchester United's five-match unbeaten run is done. This is our first loss at home since Arsenal all the way back in August. I
Mhm.
believe it was August 17th. So that
Yeah.
streak is done.
Mhm.
And I really thought that they would be pumped up for this match, especially knowing that we're going to lose key players with AFCON coming up as well too.
Right.
But it is what it is. So before we do anything else, though, I want to get into the lineups with you.
Mhm.
So Manchester United's lineup, we had the typical 4-3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, depending on how you look at it. So
Mhm.
had Lamens in the back three, Euro, Delict, and Shaw.
Mhm.
The midfield four of Mazraoui, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Dorgu. The forwards as Mbumo and Diallo, striker up top as Xerxes.
Yeah. Mhm.
When you saw the lineup, what was your first impression?
To me, it was good. I mean, it was a good lineup. Maswari usually does give you a decent game. Usually, usually gives us a comfortable 5 out of 10. Every game. So I was good. Dogu still is come to come, but he is our best um left back. You know, the defense was good. The the front three was good. I was happy to see Zuxi finally getting a run. You know, Mbumo, well, he has been our star boy for well ever since, and Ahmad up front. I mean, it all made sense. My concern came when I realized that it was Mbumo on the left and Ahmad on the right. That is when I realized no, maybe something could be a little off. However, we were at home, we were against Everton. In my mind, I'm thinking that that should not be that big of an issue. It really should,
Yeah,
So
I would have to say that I totally agree with everything that you said. Um, the only other thing that I would add in is that I was a bit surprised that there was no room for Mason Mount.
mhm,
Which
mhm,
I mean, I guess if you looked at it that way, then if Mason Mount was to play, then it would have been Xerxes on the bench instead.
yeah,
Looking
yeah,
at how the lineup was put up, that was about the only place where, and you would probably have to stick. I would say probably Mbumo in the striker role then
mhm,
in order to fit Mount.
mhm, mhm,
So I see the lineup, and like you said, I figured we're at home. We've had a good run of form coming in. We can do something with this. Match starts, and it seems that I don't know if the players were very hung. It seemed like they were hungover. Let's be very honest about it. It just seemed like we were losing the midfield battle the entire match. We go to the 13th minute, and we pretty much get a huge lifeline handed to us when Idrissa Gana Gay decides to get into it with our former player, Michael Keane,
mhm,
and decides to slap him in the face.
mhm. Yeah,
And
that's
then
crazy.
obviously, official has to give a straight red card for it. At first, I wasn't sure about it because, I mean, seeing it in real time, I was thinking if that's a red card, I should have had a lot more red cards in my career as I was playing myself. But as you see the replays and you see the definition of violent conduct by the rules, can't really argue against it.
Mhm. No, no. I when I saw it, at first I was confused, but then I was happy because I see, well, it's us at home against 10 men. You know, now we should go forward. Now we should go on, and attack. Now we should go and score a goal. So I was happy, but the usual. You know, one step forward, two back. You know.
And it's then that happens, and all of a sudden it seemed like, okay, I'm thinking, okay, if we win by 3+ goals, then at least this way we're in the champion, we're in fourth, we're in guaranteed Champions League spot,
Mhm,
not probable fifth spot.
mhm.
So, but all of a sudden it seems like we just started to play worse. And I know throughout the match that even I sent in a comment where I basically said, why does it seem like we are getting ran through this midfield with 10 men?
Yeah.
Probably about not even a minute or two later, 29th minute, Drewsbury Hall steps up with a wonder strike. And
Yeah.
I have to ask you about the goal. When you saw it, did you think that Euro could have done more on it?
Yes and no. Yes, he maybe could have closed him down a little bit more, but no, because honestly, that was a well taken goal. You have to give your hats off to him. The man wrapped it. So maybe you could have engaged him quicker. Yeah, but at the same time, those kind of things I- you can't really blame the defender because he just came and he just wrapped that ball. And the strike was it was a beautiful goal. It was a beautiful goal. So I can't blame you for that. I really can't. I really can't. And I would. In retrospect, no, yes. By the time, you know, I gave him a no blinder because it was early. They score a goal, okay, fine, but it's early. So I said, what, it was a mistake, but at the same time, it was early enough for us to come back in the game. So I didn't blame him that much for it. But now we are here at 7:12. Now it is his fault because the man could have done better. You should have done better. But at the time, I didn't blame him. As much. I I could I really could.
So pretty much after that, it seemed that at that point it was pretty much Everton was just going to park the bus, and the stats show it. We go
Yeah.
into we go there, we get halftime. I'm expecting changes. It was not the changes that I expected to see because I expected Mason Mount for Joshua Xerxes,
Right.
but instead it was Mount for Mazrari.
Yeah. Which I didn't mind. I didn't mind.
Because I gotta tell you, it was I know the talk has been out there about how Xerxes is upset that he has not been getting playing time and all this
Mm.
other stuff, and
Mm.
he's
Yeah.
sure he had his opportunity today, and it was not it was not a
No.
good audition. Put it that way.
If
Um,
you want to play, yeah, you have to play well. And he has what 3 weeks again to really to really show himself. So
so
I
some of
mean,
the other changes, Casemiro off for I believe it was Kobe
I'm
Mainu.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I understand it completely. And
Mhm.
then also taking off Dorgu for Dallo as well. And that was
Yeah,
it for our changes.
yeah. I mean, because I know we had a couple of the youths on the bench, but unfortunately, the way how the game was going, right? There really was no space for them. You know? There was no space for let's see how he does. We were not in a position to say, well, no, let's give the youths, I know, a 15 minutes here, a 10 minutes here. I mean, we really couldn't because we were down 1-0. It's halftime. We are down 1-0. And we had to score. And to me, the subs all all made sense. Mars while recovering off, it put Ahmad back in his best position, which is right back. You put Embremo back in his best position, which is right wing. You know, Xerxes is supposed to be a striker, right? And you put Mount in his best position, and then you had Dalot in his so-called best position, and then you had Kobe Minu in his so-called best position. So to me, I was happy not to see Ogata because people know I have a particular disdain for Ugarte. So I was happy to see Mino, but then you see, I found Mino's performance is one of the reasons why he has to be on the bench because again he comes on, and I didn't find that he did that. I didn't find that he was doing that much. Really. Because not once did anyone try to shoot the ball from out the box. No one was trying to shoot, take any chances. It was just this kind of we were trying to play this tiki taka perfect goal, and it didn't work. Too many times, Ahmad would do a pass, he would get blocked. Kobe would do a pass, he get blocked. Dalo do a pass, he get blocked. Too many times we were just Mason Mount was just passing the ball to no one, you know. So I didn't have a problem with the subs because to me the subs all made sense, and with those subs, then putting everyone back in their so-called best positions, we should have gotten more out from this game.
So the only issue that I think I would have is obviously it would have been a big ask, but you asked Shea Lacey on the bench.
Right.
He was the only attacking option we really had. If you really wanted to, you could have brought in Ugarte into the midfield as well. But it's just the fact that we ended the match with 5 defenders on the pitch when we were chasing a game at home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At that point, I mean, I don't know if he's worried about goal differential or whatnot, but you should have done something, thrown the kitchen sink at it, because at that point, it's you know what? If the game is already pretty much lost, at least put on some more attacking talent or whatever, and at least try to go for it.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know.
No,
It's a shame that we were missing a lot of players for this match.
Yeah.
No Maguire, no Sheshko, no Cunha.
No.
That is something that I was noticing as well throughout this match. I don't know if you did it either as well. And for everybody watching in the comments, please let us know your thoughts as well too. Did you think that we severely missed Cunha today?
Yes. We missed Cunha today because we missed that left side because there was no attack on the left side. Because when we made the subs, everything came down the right side. It was Ahmad and it was Embremo. But on the left, there was just nothing. Because between Kobe, Mount, and Dalo, what were they really doing? Not much. Not much. And everything that was exciting was happening down the right. So it was very easy for Everton to defend. It was very, very easy. I saw Embremo doing runs. Amal was trying to take on players. But then when you go on the next side, there was Dallo, just being Dallo. Mason Mount didn't really do much. I don't know if it is that Mason Mount is a better player when he starts than when he comes off the bench. Maybe that's something that we need to look at, because maybe he's better right to start, right, and then you bring on maybe a Xerxes, second half for him. I mean, I don't know, but I found that the left side was just lacking. You're lacking ideas, creativity, and then you see, I know Amarim has his formation, but you saw at the almost coming on to the last minute, right? We had a corner, and our goalkeeper, right, was in the box, right? Our goalie was in the box, and Everton almost got a breakaway to score, right? So if you can put our goalie in the box, why can't you bring on more attackers? Forget the formation. Fireball the formation. We have to win games. We have to win games. You understand? We have to win games, because I mean, I know we hate to come back to these, to that ghost, but this ghost of Ferguson hangs heavy, because how many times have we not been behind and we are trying to get back in the game, and you see that Ferguson is playing a goalkeeper, two defenders, and nine attackers. Nine. We have four strikers on the field, and how much about the midfielders, and two defenders, or maybe even one defender, and all that thing is just create mass chaos to score goals. That's it. So I mean, I think when we are down and we are at home, The best thing that was for today, that we were at home. If he had just took off, maybe take off Luke Shaw, you know, um, but then the thing is, I mean, you're being on Dalo, but then you really kind of have to bring on Dalo, you kind of have to. So I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, you could have took off Luke Shaw, bring on Lacey, bring on somebody, bring on the youths, and just, I mean, because just throw people at it and see, because now we have lost the game. You know,
So I want to go into some stats right now from this match. This is going to be a very painful read, so please bear with me for this. Total shots: Manchester United 25,
right?
Everton 3.
Wow.
Shots on target: Manchester United 6,
Wow.
Everton 1. Corners: Manchester United 9, Everton 1.
All right.
Saves: Manchester United 0, Everton 6. Obviously, I have to give credit to Pickford because he's playing in World Cup form right now. He was
Yeah.
brilliant today. Unfortunately, he's man of the match. But the one the one the one that really alarmed me the most: possession. Manchester United 70,
Right.
Everton 30. But I mean, that being said, I would be a very big hypocrite if I don't say my argument against possession. It doesn't matter how much you have possession; it's what you do with it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as when you're at a bar chatting up a girl,
Yeah.
and you could be chatting her up all night, and you're not getting anywhere. Man
No.
comes in, says 5 words to her, walks out with her.
Correct.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Correct. Is all our possession, all of them shots, and we still lost the game. It makes no sense.
It's part of me. If you look at those stats, part of it just says that Pickford just had a wonder game, which he
Mhm.
did. No,
Yes.
nobody's going to deny that. But
Mhm.
for as well as he had a game, it was just as much we were sloppy with it as
Yeah,
well. We
because
were giving the ball. We were giving the ball away unnecessarily. Bruno
mhm,
Fernandez gave the ball unnecessarily, which caused
mhm.
Brian Mbumo to have to take a booking for him. It
Yeah,
was we were just very sloppy trying to complete passes. So it's I don't want it to take away from the brilliance of how brilliant Jordan Pickford was today,
yeah.
but we were just awful
No,
today.
no, because I believe it was in the first half. Um, Xerxes made a run in the box and crossed the ball, and Dogu was on the next side. And all he had to do was put the ball in the net. And the man skied the ball, skied it. I mean, even if that was Dalo, and I despise Dalo with a passion, but even Dalo and all would have scored a goal. Dalo would have scored. Dalo would have scored. If it felt the Cunha, he would have scored. If Mount was on the field at the time, he would have scored. I mean, at some point, we had to talk about Togo. I mean, the man, yes, he has to improve, yes, but right now we can't we can't afford passengers because Togo should have scored. You understand?
Correct.
He should have scored. Amar should have scored. Mbama should have scored. I mean, how many people should have scored? Casemiro was there. He kicked the ball went one way, he went the next way, and it was, and I'm glad to you. I mean, Moyes did to us what he didn't, what he chose to do to do to us today. It was revenge for them. How much months? Because I mean, I know we abused him, right? For that, like for those months that he was our manager.
Well,
And
that
I
was
know,
on
and I
him.
know
That
today.
that that was on him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
That
today,
was as
no,
much on him when he
you
brings
know
in his
today,
own. He fires
today.
all of Fergie's staff and then
Part of
brings in his
him,
own people and thinks that they know
but
how to be
you know,
champions. But
part of
anyway,
him today feels so good. He's gonna go home and say, yes, yes, yes. The hell with you, Manchester. The hell with you. The hell with you. I beat you. You know, because we made life easy for him. It was easy because all you had to do was defend. But I have to ask you this. I find with this team now, when we don't have the ball, we play great. When we have the ball and we have to go up and score, somehow we just look horrible.
it was. I have to say I disagree with that.
Mm,
I just think that we severely missed Cunha today.
mm,
And it's also ironic that the one time that we're actually deciding to cross the ball,
mm.
uh, we have no Sheshko there in the box.
No.
But today you are. I agree with what you said today. But for the previous matches, because what was happening is like we were coming up with these late winners at the end, so we were still finding a way even when we were down under the ball to come up with something. But today
Mm,
just did not look it. And as President Chad is saying here, the team looked jet lagged today. They
mm,
did. It looked like they were sitting there. They were on a high because they're unbeaten at 5 and all this other stuff. Coming back from
mm,
a good international break for most of them, except
mm.
Mbumo because they're not going to the World Cup, thankfully.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, as a United fan, thankfully, but he still
Of
got
course, of
AFCON.
course, of course, of course.
Um, but so yeah, they seem like they just rocked up thinking like, yeah, okay. But another part of me says, you know what, this could be like the little kick from behind that they need to remind them, yeah, you
Um,
can't take anything for
okay.
granted. You can still go any day, and the unbeaten streak had to come to an end at some point, and it's
Mm.
unfortunate that it was in this manner.
Yeah.
But we have to move into our next match.
Mm.
And that is Crystal Palace away on the weekend, which is not going to be an easy match at all.
No, 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 no. It won't. No, it won't. We are home or are we away?
We are away.
Yeah, I am very afraid. But we will, you know why I believe that we will win on the weekend? Because Palace will come out for us. And because we will have the ball, we will be able to play our game. So I think the game will go very differently, and I think we could scam, a win. A little, maybe a little 1-0 or 2-1 win. I think
I
so.
have to. So what I like to do before was going back to Spurs. I decided to sit back for those 5 matches. Thinking, okay, next, is there a potential for a 5 match unbeaten run? Do it in 5 match cycles. And so
Mm,
I had predicted Spurs away. I got that correct as a draw.
mm,
Everton, I said home is a win.
mm.
Got that wrong.
All right.
I said Palace away was a loss or a draw.
Mm, all right.
Then after that, I was West Ham home and then Wolves away. I predicted wins for both of those.
Mm,
But so far, my predictions are, well, I was 1 for 1, but not anymore today. So based off of that and based off what I see and based on how well Palace are doing, it does not look good for us.
mm.
The only thing I can say is Palace do have to travel away to Strasbourg for Europa Conference League.
Right on Tuesday. Yeah.
I don't know how strong a team they will put out or anything like that as well for that match.
Mm.
But all we can do is hope that they put out a strong side and hopefully they're exhausted for the match on Sunday against us. The
Well,
other thing about that is that we have the early match on the Sunday as well.
mm, mm,
So we have 6 days to prepare for this match.
yeah. Because I
And
find this.
we better pray that some of these players who are injured are fit.
Yeah, because I need Cody to come back, and I need Harry Maguire to come back. Because I mean, damn, we need something because, and I am very afraid for January, right? Missing Bruno
AFCON.
and I mean, boy.
And it's also another thing with this match on Sunday. You know who's sitting there waiting to show out.
Mm.
Take one guess.
On Sunday against Palace.
Who plays for Palace right now?
Mm. It can't be Matata. No? Who?
Endo.
Oh, yes.
Because he still feels, he still has a little bit of a
Yeah.
anger about him, about the way he left
Yes,
the
yes,
club and
yes,
all that
yes.
as well. So that he's going to
Mhm,
want to sit there, and especially after
mhm.
he just saw what Pickford did. And don't forget
Exactly.
that they have the World Cup coming as well. So
Yes, yes,
he's
yes.
going to want to play well and show out for this as well. So
And
that he had this match penciled in, like ready to
of
go and like
course, of course. And yeah, I know. Because these guys does always show up. They always show up. But I think it will be a difficult game. But I have to believe that we will win because I believe that Palace will go for it and we will be able to defend and then hit them on the break. And then we will hopefully win. But if they sit back and allow us to play, we are we failure. Failure.
that I couldn't agree more. It's
Mhm.
and by the way, they play the same system as us, so
Yeah.
this will also be something that is
Mm.
interesting too. Um, before Amarim went on his 5-match run, there was talk that Glasner could be the potential replacement as well. So there's that. If Amarim was to go, that Glasner could be the potential replacement as well. We don't know what's happening with that now, but it should be interesting, and it's going to be saying something where it still can't figure out how to play against a low block.
Yeah, exactly.
Time will tell, but I still I hate to come on here and predict against anything but a win. But I have to stick by my initial predictions that I said earlier, and I have to say it's we will be lucky to get a point at Selhurst Park.
Yeah. But see, these are the kind of games that we usually win because you know why? Today was the game for us to get top 4, and we, as per usual, going through. Anytime that we have to play a game to get something, we never get it. See, because we failed it today, the game against Palace on Sunday is not as important anymore. So we'll go there and we'll do something, and we'll get a draw or win.
This is one of those times where it's like, how people love to clip everything online and whatnot too. I hope this is one of those times where somebody can clip what I just said and then come back and say, "See, you were wrong." This is one of those times where I hope that we come back Sunday and we show up this and you play this again and you say you were wrong, and I would say I will gladly be wrong with that prediction. But I just the realistic part in me, it just says, I see us lucky to get a draw.
Nope, you are wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. We're gonna go on Sunday and we're gonna win a game, 2-1. Scammy victory, scammy, very, very, very scammy, and it will be very, very hard, but we will win.
Very well then, Robert. Thank you so much for coming on today. Hopefully we get a better turnout coming out soon.
Yes.
But for everybody watching in the comments, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I know it's hard, but we'll keep that red flag flying high because Man United will never die. Have a good night, everybody.